the starting lineups. You see that Leandro Barbosa has moved in. Raja Bell, a late scratch. Steve Nash, Sean Marion, and from Mark Jones about that. For the home team, Pavlovich, Eric Snow, Drew Gooden, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and
try to do is make him a scorer. And
the point man for the Cavaliers, Snow, and he feeds the post right away. They see how they're going to defend Ilgauskas. So they double
so magnificently for Phoenix against Miami earlier on this road trip.
Steal by James. Drives for a left-handed layup.
Here at home because Phoenix plays quick. They're a better team when they play quick and open. Diaw.
It's a game where Diaw will have to be better than he's ever been before with the loss of Raja Bell.
Snow's coming at him.
To continue that scoring pace.
Nash comes right back.
He showed it at Philadelphia.
Finally misses, but Ilgauskas. And he'll be a very determined Pacer team.
But in the history of the NBA, there's only been
100-point game in Hershey.
He had the game of his life, 28 of 32, and he saw 32 misses.
In these up and down racehorse games, and we're going to see nothing but that from these magnificent.
And he has to.
What a cut. Much more plodding the New York Knicks.
But when you have a chance to score. If you're not going to get
great against this Cavalier defense, he's cut off at the free throw line. Barbosa spins back, kick corner. Here's Thomas from the perimeter.
Field it.
Pavlovich, that's the three.
Pavlovich is a very good perimeter player because Phoenix is going to come back very quickly after a score.
James Hand.
Every Cavalier score, they got little numbers on LeBron James in his first 3 seasons.
In turnovers per game.
Nash getting inside, kicks back for the outside shot to the corner. Here's Marion. The 3-ball is
Barbosa and Eddie House off the bench. Here the Suns in transition again. Huge numerical advantage. For in today's NBA.
Now they got a mismatch. LeBron and Kurt Thomas. Will LeBron try to get to the rim? A lot of times take some tough shots.
The help is, but that was an extremely difficult shot.
Robertson.
It's right. Has 0 in this game. Leandro Barbosa. Mike Brown told us before the game that he never realized how difficult that 18-inch move up the bench would be.
To watch the Piston defense against Kobe Bryant. I'm looking forward to that. As LeBron James battles his way up. Tough rebound shot.
First line, you should have whatever you want.
Even at Miami, San Antonio, Golden State, and next Sunday here on Super Sunday on ABC.
LeBron, every time he gets the ball against James, he's going to drive the ball.
In Indiana, he continues to wear those tights. They have not lost. And he did it to warm just a half through. Spin, no. Suns come back out, leading it by 3. And here's Nash, spot up, open spot. There's their game. That's
not really healing up 100%. So my thing is to make sure that I'm healed up and I'll get back to the old Amar Stoudemire.
I know you've been very optimistic.
A lot of times the Cavs don't. They're one and done. When they get stuck in a half-court situation, they don't get the chance. We will.
What a different way.
Boris Diaw is so much fun to watch play basketball.
And so is Nash. There he is looking to pass as he bumps back in, though, with a nice jump hook.
With Damon Jones with a quick 3.
Cleveland started 3 for 3.
He will come to this game in the second, third, and fourth quarters with a better offensive effort.
Vaughn has missed his last 5 shots.
A lot of it has to do with shot selection. Cleveland is not moving the ball, moving the players quick enough.
With 6 turnovers already.
The good thing that Cleveland can hang their hat on is that they're going to get a chance to get back in the game. Phoenix is going to keep throwing them up.
They'll win the game 100 times over.
We're in the midst of a 19-4 Phoenix run. Make it 22.
And Jones, field goal percentage, number 8 in three-point percentage, and number 2 in free throw percentage. So this is no anomaly.
And Jones is Marshall with a rebound.
Well, after every miss, LeBron James and company should look to push hard, try to get inside, make it happen in transition.
And 1. 250 be able to move the way LeBron passed Jake O'Donnell for the all-time number of games ever reffed by anyone in this great league.
Jake is probably a Pavlovich dunk.
Rarely do you see Pavlovich get these kind of opportunities, and even rare, he's going to keep taking.
And he doesn't get the same looks that you're going to get playing with Shaquille O'Neal. College basketball, languished on the bench with Rick Carlisle in Indiana for a few years before really finding a home here in Phoenix in Mike D'Antoni's system.
6 on the clock. Finally, look of being different out on the floor. Kobe actually started wearing the tights before anyone else in the NBA, and he's out of his now. That's why he's got that 62 in that
House with 7 points off the Phoenix bench now.
LeBron is out of the game, so he got to go elsewhere to get some offense.
In the first half, we might see a new look come halftime. House coming back at you with these.
Let's see if they find it.
They did.
Deus Wolfgang Mozart has brought to our world is being displayed here today.
A guy who adores the Grateful Dead is talking about Mozart.
The Cavaliers, they only have 7 assists and 17 names.
Anderson?
Ronaldo. You know, all the soccer players. It's one name in Brazil. Put back.
What they have out on the floor now, Daniel Marshall is trying to guard him inside. That means Pavlovich should go out on the perimeter. He was tremendous last year in just the hustle area.
No, got that in area there. Now it's Nash's turn. Kick to House. The 3, yes, rattled.
And little Stevie was able to find and get that ball to Eddie House.
They're spotty with their shot selection. Pavlovich on the drive. Well, what he's got, though, he's got a unit out there right now.
I have had no calls for the lead. No calls for the 76ers. And this one's tremendous.
Well, the 2 players that have played have had a tremendous contribution for him. Marion right at the rim. Except when they have to have Daniel Marshall switch off on Steve Nash. Nash working on his own.
Right, he saw it, Steve, just like you did, huh?
Guys that don't defend well, and they
It's amazing 81-point performance.
Well, he hasn't played much here in the second quarter. He took him out and left him out for too long. And now that he has no rhythm whatsoever, here's an opportunity for him to grab him and foul him.
rhythm. Here comes LeBron James. They didn't see it.
Damon's going to spot. Boy, that's a hoop they need if he's going to take it that early. 4-on-1.
You want to get the ball back.
Jones again.
Makes a lot of trouble with the fans here who have booed him unmercifully. That's a difficult shot.
And
he has no game. You know, he got the benefit of having to do is cut down on the field goal percentage of the Phoenix Suns, which is way up there.
Well, fast break points for Phoenix, plus 16.
Finally, Lawrence Frank at New Jersey is younger, and that's by 5 months, Bill.
Mike, the Phoenix Suns
and LeBron James.
So Gauskas only field undrafted players in the NBA who had started every game, and that streak comes to an end. The ones that are still alive: Ben Wallace, Mark Patrick, Brad Miller, and Bruce Bowen. Down to 5 now. Barbosa at the other end.
He did not have a big offensive first half.
Trying to chip their way back into this.
28. He's not going to. He's going to miss more than 10 shots tonight.
Back to Kurt Thomas. Being very active in that MVP race. And what a battle that's going to be in the NBA this year. Here's Thomas again. Good perimeter. Pavlovich. And Gooden with an offensive rebound with Thomas on the bench and a terrific
Stevie Nash in transition. This is that mismatch once again.
And still
plays in all of NBA history in the Basketball Hall of Fame. Sid Borgia and Earl Strong. Will Dick Pavetta be the third?
Nailing
with George or Oscar Robertson.
No, in and out there.
And Cleveland right now working on the long
1.8. Now in the next 100, he has averaged 29.2, and I think it shows you the maturity. When you come
there, it did not go.
But look at being in attack mode. See how Phoenix has got everybody back in, packing the paint, so they make it tough for James to get inside.
Because every time up until that point, Steve Nash has just torched the big man.
No penetrating, Bill. He gives it to Ilgauskas.
Ilgauskas to get to
BC Super Sunday. Houston.
Offensive decisions, quicker, more decisively.
Now they come with Diaw running the show. What a pass.
There's another one out there? There we go.
Yeah, the one that didn't play in the first half.
Marshall off the Cavaliers bench. Coach Brown is looking for that outside firepower. Diaw penetrates and lays it in.
He's right-handed and promises to be so throughout this game.
And that would mean they should overplay him.
James back at you. Chance for a three. Change that previous foul. I previously said it belonged to Diao. Now he's kicking. Jones comes back and knocks it.
Dribbling at his teammate's opponent to set him up for wide open threes.
LeBron's turn for the three ball.
Well, the Cavs have got the 3-point shot to go in, and they get a steal there. Their goal should be to try to be within 4 or 5 points. Holy crap, he carried that ball and got away with it.
James with the steal at the other end.
The first appearance for the Seahawks could be tough for a first-time team.
Well, we will get Mr. Waltons in the fourth quarter. Will Tony showing once again, why he is the reigning coach of the year in the NBA.
LeBron James now 9 of 19, make it 10 of.
Well, he's got quickness. He's got the ability to handle the ball on the fly. John Marion game as an assist guy. He had plays like John Marion and company at the rim.
Down the middle. Watch out.
Oh, wow. Should have been a call there.
And a putback. I thought for sure there'd be a whistle on that snapper. And LeBron comes through there.
Yeah, he was.
I think that's a foul.
It's a foul all the way.
Definitely
on Mozart's birthday, it's a foul.
Nash on the pull-up.
Could be won by Dick the veteran saying, "You owe me."
Barbosa picks up the personal foul.
Well, see my guy. You didn't see him get knocked down?
Is that the?
That is the same.
Is that the same leg?
Finally, Cleveland's defense forced Steve Nash to back to his right.
He puts it down. He attacks. So now the walk, if they're going to attack and take a few fouls, top loaded to the rim, Bill. 25-13 run. 25-13 to get back in it.
Well, what James has got to do is not settle. He takes this deep three.
Yes. LeBron James makes it a 2-point game.
Well, they're not going to get hurt with Burton handling the ball right there. Almost a turnover.
Marion. Cleveland can tie it or take the lead with a three.
And LeBron James is dancing
for the lead. Bad miss. Tracked down, though, by Danielle Marshall.
Rises as one.
Attack. And he's up.
Pavlovich comes out. Snow and Newt will come in. And LeBron.
Now they've got 5.9.
Indicates that LeBron James should go to the hoop. Now his field goal percentage is decent, but if you throw out all the perimeter stuff, get to the hoop, he'll have a monster quarter, and the graph there is very, very strong.
Well, you see what his quarter production is for the season, and he is up for 18 in the
every time they've gone to the hoop, Cleveland.
That's a Tuesday of NBA. They're on 80. Trailing it by 2.
But a lot of factors working against Phoenix right now, Brent.
On the drive, left hand ties it.
Field goal percentage and only 2 fast break points in the entire third quarter for Phoenix. When are they going to start playing their game again?
Snapper in that first half. Damon Jones passed up the 3. Danielle will not. Tap, yes. His second rebound of the game. And here's Burke. Will he miss again?
Second chance game. They've got to figure out how to come off the floor once they get.
Damon stays at the perimeter. With 10 now on the shot.
A lot of dribbling for Damon Jones.
LeBron pisses it in.
One of the premier defenders in all the NBA.
House has the top.
His job. His job is to make things happen at the offensive end. What you got to do is continue to score against it. How do you get a job like that?
Inspiring battle rebound. Diao playing with 5 fouls. Dug that one out. Barbosa go to the rim. And LeBron James blocks it from behind. LeBron at the other end slams it. Oh, baby! A block at one end and a slam dunk at the other.
Man effort by LeBron James.
Barbosa was wide open. The block from behind. And then in transition, Diao, knowing he has 5 fouls, the statuesque
time, so Nash and company get the ball.
But how is little Stevie Nash going to knock down Anderson Garage?
But he got by him that time. And
There have done a really good job of slowing Phoenix down.
2. Thomas with 5. Diao stays on the floor with 5.
Very small lineup for Phoenix.
And LeBron buries another 3. 1-0 leaded by 7. The double-double and a 40-point scoring game. Here he comes again on the run-through. Looking for the assist. Marshall couldn't make the
tap. Now all of a sudden he stinks.
Steve, it's a 48-minute game, and in the second half they have not played good ball.
And Cleveland is helping them out.
Oh, foul
Behind the Sacramento Kings.
Big, they now got a chance to get the 10.
and they attack the rim from the perimeter. And Ilgauskas has been a spectator.
They're trying to close that lane on LeBron James.
And they cannot. Good coaching by Mike Brown and his staff. They found a lineup that worked. Kept Ilgauskas out of it. Spread it. And now Marshall comes down the baseline. And the Cavaliers are pulling away. D'Antoni can't be.
How could you go against that harmonic convergence?
That's wonderful. Here's Nash. Defender falls down. Out there. Battle for that rebound. Cavs have got it.
Out of his hand. If you're the Cavaliers, you want to take a shot. Don't give them a turnover. Sean Marion coming quick.
And that's goaltending.
Penalty. But their only hope is to try to steal. And then
was able to exploit the loss. Sean Marion was going to be the rover.
Moving your way yourself a way out again.
Steve, we're only halfway through the season. This is the MVP for the entire season. LeBron strips Steve Nash, the reigning MVP.
Up with the 3. And Steve Nash makes it a 6-point game with 19 seconds. Here comes the foul.
They will continue to hold the lead.
But listen, 20 shots and made a nice percentage. But Steve Nash is the MVP. It's making everybody else to star.
Back outside. Oh, he was fouled on that 3.
Through his road trip, they lost every game out west. Spectacular in the first half.
Quiet looking for 21 off the bench.
This one
had a 4-game trip. They played extremely happy with their second half effort here, but it's tough to win on the road.
And they have
efficiency season in his career of 10.
And nobody talks about the Dallas Mavericks.
for 2 from Sean Marion.
Foul right away.
Oh, timeout. don't risk a turnover. I haven't agreed with what Eric did. They're holding them up for us.
They better.
6:30 Eastern we had on that graphic. It'll be the Lakers and the Pistons. So a big day of NBA basketball here was LeBron James moving center stage, 44 points, leading the Cavaliers back from an 18-point deficit against